Good morning. Oh, how's it going, dudes? Wolfric, Freedom Forge, how you doing today? 1 second here. Get myself organized. And here we go. Howdy. All right. We're doing raw programming today. At least attempting to. Ooh, baby sounds exciting. Oh, yeah. Yeah, raw programming. None of this 2D interface thing. So what we're doing is we're building out the needs machine. Essentially, this is going to be the state machine that controls how our cat is going to, decide what to do next. It's going to be relatively simple. I have it kind of fleshed out here. So we're going to have needs like sleep, food, water, poop, pee, play. Not sure what love means at this point. Probably don't want that one. Connotation isn't great, so we'll hide that one. It's probably not that. I don't know. If you can think of any other needs that a cat might need, let me know. But the way it's going to work, and this is how I have it working in my mind. I'm not sure how easy it is to implement in GD script yet. But we're going to have a basic, I need better names for this, but life timer. Let's call this a ticker, right? Every tick, we're going to be increasing and decreasing values for each of these needs, right? So we have a basic need class, and it has different values here. So the value, the action points. So this is the point where when the value hits this threshold, 100, for example, it'll then be like, ooh, we must do this need sort of thing. Currently, this is the change amount. Just each tick, it's going to increase by 1. And then this is doing Boolean is going to be, if we're currently doing that action, for example, sleeping, we're not going to be increasing this value, if that makes sense, right? That's the thought right now. If we're doing the action, or if we're what's the word? Like traveling to do the action, for example, in the case of eating, excuse me, we need to, travel to the food bowl and then start eating. And that during that time, that's all that is doing, right? So that's the thought. Wolfric, Freedom, what time is it for all of you? It's 4 a.m. No, 3 a.m. here. So we have our life ticker, which will be the increasing of the amounts, the needs. Then we have a decision timer. So, all right, I kind of changed this. So when an action starts, let's say sleeping. Yeah, this is actually something we need to add to the needs. This will be is doing length. Let's say 30. So this equates to, the number of ticks to complete, let's say. We spelled length wrong. So there's going to kind of be... Actually, I don't know what the best way to do that is. So when we start an action, I was thinking of having like a decision timer, which would then be a separate timer that it would run for the amount of ticks that we need, or seconds or whatever it is. And when that goes off, then it's time to look back at our needs and decide what to do next. Yeah, I think that makes sense. So 2 separate timers. One timer is always running on repeat. Another timer is kind of a one-off timer that once we've started an action, we'll then, set a time for it to fire off, and then we'll make another decision. Hey, Mystery. Good morning. 11:19 for Wolfric. Okay. Nearly midday. Nice. Mystery, it's got to be pretty early for you, isn't it? All right. So, for each of these needs, we are extending the need class here, right? This is going to be our base class, essentially. So all these values, each need is going to have kind of a customized version of it. Is there a way to split screens for you Godot pros out there? Can I have 2 tabs with a different screen open? Let's see. Godot split tabs. Split tab. About 521. Nice. Are you a Nighthawk, Mystery? Do you stream throughout the night? Is that what you do? Yeah, Wolfric. It's not great. So this is a total nerd. Like, I'm sure I don't know. I don't know who's gonna get this, but I like to. I'm starting to learn Vim, like the Vim motions and all that, in my day job. So it slows me down a little bit, but I think it's important to start learning it. And I don't know if there's a Vim plugin for Godot, but that might be fun. And once my channel gets large enough, I'm thinking one of the like the channel point things is forcing me to use Vim, since I'm like a total noob and it throws me into a rage. And if you don't know what Vim is, yeah, NeoVim. The Primogen's got me on that. I want to use it. Honestly, Freedom Forge, I think it's NeoVim. I think that's why people are all excited about Vim. Vim Adventures. Huh. Oh, this is cool. Press any key to start. This is cool. See? Total rage. Let's see. If I do W. Oh, I don't have the W button. This is such a cool way to... Jesus. No. Let's see. Oh, I don't have that one yet. Remember, words are not words. Okay. Anyways, this is cool. This is a good way to learn Vim. Totally free. You can buy a license. Start from level 3. Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool. I'll have to play with that later. Yeah, so NeoVim is pretty cool, like customizable editor. Um, and like it's so like you can just do pretty much anything you want, and it's gotten a lot of people really excited about Vim again for some reason. But I'm wondering if it would be possible to do these GD scripts in Vim, or NeoVim rather, and like not have to deal with the Godot editor. But we'll see. Priorities, right? All right. So we have. All right. I was gonna do the Godot split tabs. Splitting editor tabs. That's I don't agree with this at all. Godot workflow will keep going in the opposite direction. Everything is contextual and appears when it has to appear. Viewing several scenes at the same time will never be implemented. Tabs is the limit. Interesting. Okay. All right, well, we'll just have to go back and forth. All right, so we have our need. I think I went with Neo Chad? Envy Chad? Envy Chad. Let's see. Interesting. I haven't heard of this one. I think the one I was looking at was Easy Vim. Is that it? Anyways, so in my day job, I'm in Android Studio, which is essentially IntelliJ, and they have a pretty good Vim plugin. So I've been practicing with that. But still, it's so hard not to use the mouse. My hand just naturally goes to it. All right, so we have our eat. Okay, so then, oh goodness. You know what? Maybe what we can do is this is what we're gonna do. Sure, that'll work. We're hacking it together. There, that's all I need. All right. Value would start at 0. We would have an action point. Change amount is doing. Okay, we don't really need to change anything else in the init for this one until I have more reason to do so. Create new. Gonna be name is gonna be sleep. All right, and the other thing, I don't know about this type. I don't know that I need this. We'll see. Before I continue with this, I was trying to actually get this to work. Since it's a script, need machine is a script not connected to a node. essentially the need machine is what's going to actually be running, you know, the increasing of the values. So the way it works is we have an init. The init kind of initializes this timer, sets it to auto start. Not a one shot. Wait time is 1, which actually, is that in seconds or is that in... yeah, it's in seconds. Okay, and so that's every 1 second. And then we're connected on the timeout to update needs. Now, I just want to print here and make sure that's working. So I was trying to get it to work for the cat node here. Where is it? What? Nope. Okay. I swear I tried to do this, but let's do it again. So let's add a func init, and we are going to do const need machine is equal to preload need machine. And then for now, we're just going to create a local variable here, call it a need machine dot new. Okay, so we've initialized need machine, and my hope is that we will see a print. All right, let's cue the lag. You ready? Go. There wasn't any lag. Holy shit. Okay, but what we're not seeing is the what we're not seeing is it's not playing the print. Yeah, you know what? It might actually be Aseprite that causes the lag. It might be too much. Interesting. Aseprite with Godot. I also restarted my machine, so that might have fixed it too. Okay. So it's not printing. Interesting. And let's see. Instance. Anyone have an idea why it wouldn't be printing? Am I doing this wrong? Returns a resource from the file located at path. The resource is loaded when the script is being parsed. This function effectively acts as a reference to that source. Okay. Let's try that again. Where am I calling the function? I'm calling the new function in the init for the cat node. And then the need machine, it initializes the ticker, the timer rather, in its init. And then on the ticker timeout, we've connected the updated needs function. And right now it should just be firing. But it's not. Ticker dots. Oh, geez, you're right. You're totally right. To that. Chat rubber ducking it for me. Nope. Wolfric, I thought you were almost there. Maybe. All right. We're going to actually have a function called start. And in here, we'll do ticker dot start. Okay. Let's go back to our cat node. And then in the ready, I guess we'll do needs machine instance dot start. Is that what I called? Yeah, I think it is. Yes. Okay. Let's see. That did not work. Alright, let's think this through. We loaded the resource into need machine. Let's call this need machine resource. And then let's simplify this down to just need machine. Okay. Restart that. Okay. I'm wondering. Click on the little top left remote. You can see things in your scene. Top right remote. Oh, top left remote. Okay. Wait, what? Okay, if it helps, launch your app, click the top left remote, and you can see things in your scene. Ah, remote. Okay. Oh, and these are the values as they change. So I imagine cat position is going to be changing. Okay, there's the frame count. And here's the position. Okay, I see. But that doesn't let me see. So what we're going to do here is we're going to add this ticker timer to the tree after it's been loaded. Maybe this is the problem. So that it's actually insert. From what I was seeing is that you need to do this so a program defined timer is included in in the cat's tree. So let's try that and see if that works. Okay. Let's make sure that this has actually been started. Print statement debugging. Hell yeah. All right. So this is the ticker start. Okay, so we have the ticker start. That's been called. So I know add child was called, and I know the ticker.start was called. So I should be able to see it in the remote in here, right? Oh. Yeah, Wolfric, I'm not sure. Well, okay, my need machine does extend node, so I could actually add need machine in here, couldn't I? Let's do that. Okay. So now what I can do is instead of loading this, let's go to the cat script here. Let's comment that out. Get rid of this. Let's do at on ready need machine, which is of type need machine, and it's going to be need machine. I think so. Attempt to call function start in a base null instance on a null instance. I don't think you get to see it in remote. At least I haven't seen it before when adding through code. Hey, Emporium guy, how you doing? We're Godoting. We're doing raw Godot code today. If you have any Godot experience, Emporium, we need your help. So Emporium guy here in the chat, he has the distinction of being the first person in the Discord. There's literally nothing going on in there yet, but he's there. So I thank you, Emporium guy. Game dev and kryptonite, his front end is your kryptonite. I get that, dude. I get that. All right. So I need to look up how to instantiate a node. So Godot custom node. Wolfric, remind you, you're web dev, right? Is that right? Yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna happen. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna be bright and cheery. You know, as the game gets going a little bit more, as you build as the game gets out there, you know, as it actually becomes a game, I imagine people will come in for that, and then if this channel kicks off, then also people will come in for that. So it'll be kind of, it's not this cat game specifically; it's more the BitDash software. Discord, and then we'll just see how it goes. I'm not going to put any pressure on it. It is what it is. It's going to work, or it's just going to be a place for you and I, Emporium guy. I should have a mobile channel in there as well, since I guess my expertise is largely in mobile development, even though I never talk about it. All right. Custom node docs. Sometimes you want certain behavior in many nodes, such as a custom scene or control that can be reused. Okay. Instancing is helpful, but in a lot of cases, but sometimes it can be cumbersome. It seems like plugin is not exactly what I want. Where are the GD script? Wolfric, it was web dev with, oh goodness, it wasn't JavaScript, it was something else. Django? Is that what it was? Yeah, Django. Well, that's literally something I know nothing about. It's Python. Oh, it's Python. Okay. Cool. Interesting. Did you just kind of fall into Django, or did you specifically choose web development in Django? You're so true. You're so true. Full stack developer. Yeah. That is some gaslighting by companies, for sure. University to a job and they needed to learn it. Yeah, I get that. I mean, that's pretty much why I did Android development. I didn't really like choose it. It's like, well, there's a job. I'm gonna go learn that thing. What the hell? Did my phone just talk to me? Siri, are you going off for some reason? She is. That should be off. My phone's listening to me. I hate it. Yeah, the full stack thing is... yeah, how do I say this without being rude? But if someone advertises being a full stack developer, not always a good thing, because it's very hard to be amazing at everything, right? Like, very good at the back end, very good at the front end, very good at building APIs, dealing with the databases and all that. Yeah, it's BS. But Wolfric, if you consider yourself a full stack developer, good on you. But I'm sure it's difficult to handle it all. Okay, what I want is custom. Import. Preload. Let's look at preload. Yeah. Usually if you're full stack, you've specialized in one area, but understanding it all is super valuable. It'll be easier if you have to go get a new job, right? Okay, so constant names. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I would say that I would consider myself a mobile dev, mostly. I guess even Android, because I've never used the JVM for web development, right? So I can't really say I'm a Java or JVM developer. I could say I'm Kotlin since I've done multi-platform. I don't know. We should just learn as much as we can. Never be stagnant, right? Preload the class only once at compile time. Yeah. But do I need that? So we have our need machine. Okay, so what I'm not understanding here Oh, wait a second. We put that in the world. That's wrong. That needs to be in the cat. Add child node. Need machine. Do it. Okay, that might work. Hey, there it is. The needs timer is firing. Okay, so that was the problem. It was in the world node, not in the cat node. Cool. That is a good point, Emporium guy. Documentation is so freaking hard though, because you have to update all your documentation every time something changes. I hate documentation. It's a valuable skill. I get it, but I hate it. What I've been doing is we use Notion at work, and instead of going through and writing everything out, because Notion now has like a built-in AI, I'll paste the code into the Notion AI thing and tell it to write the documentation. It does a pretty good job. Open API specs, so those APIs are auto-documenting. What does that mean, Wolfric? Okay, our needs timer is firing, so that's working. Cool. So now we can actually start building out our need machine and our needs. Does Godot have the concept of... Do they have interfaces? Probably not. No, it's probably all just classes. Okay. Because, you know, I'm not sure I love this, extending this base needs class. We'll have to see. We're just going to start with eat and sleep for now. So, the reason I don't like what I'm doing here is that for every needs that I have, we're going to have a variable. Eat need, which is of type need. Well, actually, no, I've got to preload these. So this is an eat resource, I think. Preload eat. Yeah, I'm not loving this because for every resource, no, for every need, there's going to have to be this sort of sleep resource and then I wonder if there's a better way to do this. Yeah, I don't think they have interfaces. You could use a resource and initialize them. I think that's what I'm doing. Is that not what you mean? Swagger.io. Oh, okay? Yeah, I've used Swagger. Self-documenting in the sense that for an API. Okay, no, I've used this. Yeah. I mean, so one thing I've had to do for my job is I've had to build a library for iOS and Android to use, and I've done this using Kotlin multi-platform. But you know, this library handles let's see, what's the right word? Like encryption. It handles. So we're, I guess, to give you some context, we're in the kind of crypto adjacent space. So the idea of the crypto wallet and all that sort of stuff. So I've had to implement our own wallet and then provide interfaces for the different platforms to use it and whatnot. And you know, it's not really an API, so I have to manually document it. I can't use something like Swagger, and it's quite tedious. So that's why I had the AI to do it, the Notion AI. Maybe there's something better out there though. All right, we have our eat resource and our sleep resource. Now, do I have to initialize them? I think I do. Let's just focus on eat for now. I want to see how this works. So we have our eat inst. Let's call it that. Eat inst is equal to eat resource dot new, which should initialize eat. So now we should have some. Okay, so this is where we need to start actually using this in EG. Let's do a function. Let's just call it increase for now. We'll take the value. Do we have plus equals? Or change amount? I think, okay, we have that. Let's see. And in here, we're gonna say, hey, eat inst dot increase. Let's then print eat inst dot value. There's no auto completion. That's annoying. All right, let's see. No lag, no lag. Hey, look at that. It's working. Okay. Creating your own resource. Create a plain resource object in the inspector. This can be a type that derives resource so long as your script is extending that type. Set the script property in the inspector to be your script. The inspector will now display resource script's custom properties. You're right, this might work. Interesting, okay. I mean, we could try it. Let's see. Let's see how it works. Okay, so create a plain resource object in the inspector. In the inspector. The hell's the inspector? Okay, here. Do I make it a resource of the needs machine? Probably. How? Oh, plus. Okay. I don't know. GD script? Okay, it's a GD script resource. Let's call this, let's see, what are our different? This will be our poop one. We'll make the poop one here. Let's save this. No, I don't want to rename it. Damn it. Save as poop. Cool. That's some naming. All right, so now what? No. What am I not understanding about this? So really, this should be needs to, or can I extend need? Doesn't know how to do that. Resource. Where did this go? It's down here. Okay, so for now, let's just give it a value. Variable value is equal to 0. And let's not have it extend anything, I guess, for now. Then let's go and see how we use it in the need machine. So then, how do I reference the script? Oh, and I need to put export. This might actually be better. Godot reminds me of Python. It's kind of similar to what you're doing, but with typings. Okay. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, Okay, and then we need to have an init. So Wolfric, you mentioned university a couple times, I think. Are you in university, or are you actively out in the workforce now? Or are you doing both? I'm just gonna assume that I can initialize it as 0. So then doing your master's. A master's in ethical hacking and cybersecurity. Nice. So you're gonna be a white hat hacker, at least starting off. Cool. You have a specific area that you're focused on for hacking? Like, you know, what? I know next to nothing about all that, so fill me in. Reverse engineering. Man, I took a security class when I was going to university, and it was literally the hardest class that I've ever taken, because we had to dive deep into, I think this was for like some, like we were deep in the ones and zeros, trying to manipulate them to whatever, cause a stack overflow or something. And fuck, God, I spent so much time on that class. I ended up dropping it. That was the only class I dropped. It was too much. Couldn't handle it. My brain didn't work well enough for that. Okay, so let's see. Okay, what I'm not understanding is we have the resource poop here. I should give it a name. Does it get a class name? Okay, resource scripts are similar to Unity. That means nothing to me. Yeah, I'm struggling on if this provides me any value. I feel like it's pretty much the same thing. Advantages over alternative data structures. Basically, I've not figured out what I want to do, hence now I'm doing game dev. I get it. I've been doing Android engineering off and on for 5 to 6 years. Yeah, I think for now it's a bit of an overload for my brain. I might step into it if I find that these scripts don't work. Maybe it saves me an initialization line, but we'll go with what's making sense to me right now. And then if the scripts work out, at least now I know it's something I can do, or the resources work out. Okay, so because this isn't so terrible. I mean, I'm not creating this huge project here, so it shouldn't really get that bad. It doesn't have to scale to the nth degree, right? Okay. So let's just start with 2 instances. My naming convention is just wonderful. Increase, that tells me a lot. Actually, you know, it's fine. It does exactly what it needs to. Yeah. Well, you know, Wolfric, I think that's like there's so many ways you could do a thing that at some point it's just like, all right, I know what I know. Let's not confuse ourselves too much. Let's just get something out there, you know. Done is better than perfect. All right, so we have an instance, sleep instance. Emporium guy, remind me what you your back end. What are you working on? Okay, we're increasing. Okay, so now we need to have another timer that will fire off. Okay, so now we're gonna create a var decision timer. This is a timer, which is equal to timer dot new. Okay, we're going to initialize it here. Decision timer dot auto start. Yeah, true. Decision timer. Man, I wish we had something like a let. Do you know let? This is a Kotlin thing, but essentially inside of the curly braces for the let, you can just reference the thing with an it. So you could do like it dot, you know, auto start. I wish we had that in GD script. So we want one shot actually to be true. Ticker, no, decision timer dot wait time. This is going to be customizable based on, okay, var decision timer wait. This is going to be initialized to, I don't know, 1 initially, but each time we do an action, we're going to change this decision timer wait, right? Decision timer wait. Okay. Decision timer dot timeout dot connect. You know, Wolfric, I'm the same way. I'm all over the place. I don't want to be an Android developer forever. I'd rather go off and do other things. So, hence, game dev. Alright, let's do decision time. Let's create a func called decision time. Decision time. All right, cat. Let's make a decision. And then here, let's start. You know, let's initialize this decision timer waiter to be 0 because I want it to fire immediately. No, not ticker. Decision timer. All right, let's see if that works. Didn't work. Oh, I gotta add the child. It seems weird that I need to add the timer programmatically as a node. It's a weird convention. I don't really understand that. Okay, with ticker timer start. All right, Cat, let's make a decision. Perfect. Cool, that worked. Now, what I want to do is, can I then restart the timer? So, let's do decision timer wait is equal to 5, and then do decision timer dot start. No. We want what was it? Wait time. And then let's restart it, assuming I can do that. Start. All right, let's see. ASP.NET. C, yeah, okay, Objective. No, C. That's not Objective-C, is it? C sharp? That's C sharp. At the moment, working on 2 things: a site for a game I like, Honkai Star Rail, never heard of it, and a Reddit clone. That's right, Reddit clone. Wolfric, you're so right. There is more to life than transmuting data from the back end to the front end. You're definitely right. Okay, this seems to be working. Yeah, we're getting about 5 counts between the ticker. Cool, so this works. Nice. An Emporium guy. You do need to stick to something. Yeah, dividing, yeah. I mean, I don't know, as long as you're learning working on both things, right? Then, you know, what's the harm in working on both projects? Unless you're trying to make money off of them and get them out in that way. Then it might be hard to do both. Man, Wolfric, you know that lol emoji you put up? That's Total Biscuit. I remember Total Biscuit from when I was a kid, listening to his podcast. And like, every time I see that emoji, it's just reminds me. Yeah, TB was the best. Dude had cancer. Killed him pretty young. I think it was colon cancer. It's like 30 something. Anyways, okay. So let's see. We have our decision timers firing. So wait time, decision timer, wait time. Okay, cool. So this is pretty much working the way I want it to. So what we actually need to do now is start looking at all the instances of needs and then coming up with a way of choosing the next most valuable need. Right? Oh yeah. TB would not be happy. He was, I think he was around right when what was the name of that game? Well, when they started introducing microtransactions. And they haven't moved away from microtransactions. They've just made it worse and worse. He would be livid. That's probably literally all he would talk about. what's that team battle game with the heroes? Because he was around right when they came out and started doing that. Overwatch. That's it. When Overwatch first came out. Yeah. I don't know. You pre-ordered Overwatch 1? You could pre-order it? What did you get for pre-ordering it? I didn't even know you could do that. So why are you annoyed? You got your coin, right? Was it not worth? Oh, right. Overwatch went to the free model, right? Because Overwatch 1 you had to pay for, and then Overwatch 2 was completely free game. I've tried playing it. Overwatch 2 is not fun. I don't know what it is, but they've done something where it's like, maybe I'm too old for it now. Maybe that's it. Though I enjoy Fortnite. Overwatch 2 is just, it's just unbearable. I don't know why. Okay, so we need to look at each of our things and decide each of our needs and decide which is the greatest. I mean, which is pretty simple. Do I want to make this complicated? Oh, it's gross. This is gross. I think I need another level of abstraction. More abstraction. Always more abstraction. I wonder if I need like a needs. I don't need that. I just don't want to write this code. Because I have to now look at every instance, which gets, you know, look at the value of every instance. Which right now is these two, right? But this won't scale if I have 15 or so instances, right? It's going to be ugly ass code. I hate the battle pass. I hate it so much. Though Fortnite, I think they do it right. They were the because once you have enough coins or whatever the hell it is in Fortnite, if you just play the game, you'll get enough for the next battle pass. And I'm proud to say, I have never spent any money for a skin in Fortnite. I've resisted. I'm proud of myself. But not, you know, that's not true for everyone, obviously. But see, the model of Fortnite and of the, you know, other games that have battle passes and skins, I might be able to resist it. But, you know, there's a whole new generation where they think this is normal, right? And that this is a way the game should be, where you keep spending money to keep getting new things in it. And it's like, there's that FOMO aspect, especially for, you know, specifically Fortnite. The FOMO aspect of missing out on skins that maybe their friends have and all that. At least they got rid of the randomness, like the loot boxes. I'm kind of happy with that. Loot boxes are stupid. That's just activating your gambling instinct. But damn, now I can't put loot boxes in my cat game. Shit. might be kind of fun though. Daily loot box. You get something new for your cat. Yeah, I could charge 50 cents. I like it. Yeah, Emporium guy, you got a good point. Because they are continuing to produce new content, and the Battle Pass and all that is what supports that development. I mean, it's definitely better than loot boxes, like I said, because you're not activating the gambling aspect on people. You know, the built-in, I don't know what the right words for this are, but people's built-in gambling addiction, right? You're not activating that. So the loot, Battle Pass is much better than that, but it's probably too liberally applied for a lot of games. Like, it'd be nice to just buy a game and that's it, right? Maybe you buy expansions. Well, I guess that's essentially what the Battle Pass is an expansion. It's just an expansion by a different name. You don't have to buy a new game. Wolfric, what's your opinion? Let's hear it. Let me check something here. Okay. So, yeah. Yeah, I think the skins are okay. But, you know, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to think it through. It's like, I like the skin. I mean, I think the skins are okay. But the... How do I phrase this? Especially for children. I mean, you just don't give children a credit card to buy this stuff, and it's not a problem. So I guess I don't have that much of a problem with it. But there is, you know, what they're no longer working on the gambling addiction, right? But they are taking advantage of the fear of missing out sort of thing. But that's always been the case for literally any product. I don't know. I think I just want a simpler time where it's just single player games. I like my single player games. Yeah, exactly, Emporium guy. You hear those horror stories of like some kids spending, you know, thousands of dollars on in-game skins or whatever. It's like, well, you know, why were they able to do that? Oh, they did it on Twitch with donations. Yeah, I think it's just probably the parents don't know, right? It's a lack of education on the parents' side. So let's see. What's the best way to do this? Oh, what's the best way to compare these values? So we could just iterate through the different needs, and whichever need has the greatest value is the one that we'll choose. We'll need to have maybe an idle need, which we can create later. We'll just assume sleep is the most important thing all the time, since it's a cat. So we'll default. I'm already not liking this very much. Nope, val is not a thing. Next need is equal to sleep inst. This is of type need. Right? So, God, it's just ugly code. Is there a better way to do this? I'm not going to do a bunch of freaking if statements, but I don't have a way of currently iterating through the instances of the different needs. So I have to do, oh gosh, okay, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It won't kill you. Do I need parens for an if statement? I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so if eat inst value is greater than the next need dot value, then next need is equal to eat inst. But you can very quickly see how this gets ugly as hell. We need a colon. Okay, we don't need parens. Cool. Yeah. No, I agree. Parents need to be aware of what they're giving to their children. You know, I don't see why the government needs to be involved in that. All right. So until we have a better way of doing this, I think this is what we're going to do. Now, there is the possibility that for needs, I had like an action threshold. That's what we should call this. It's called action threshold. Threshold. 2 H's? No, 1 H. Yes. Does that really matter? So what we need is an idle need. Like a literally do nothing, just stand there. But that's not a need. I hate it. I don't like it. No, I'm not doing that. Not creating an idle need. We do need some way of communicating to the cat node what the next thing to do is. So we should probably create an enum for the different. Oh shit! Wait. So let's say my need is to eat, right? What's gonna happen when we would need to inform the cat tree or the cat node, okay, it is time to eat. Then the node would have to find, I mean, right now nothing moves, right? But it could always move. Like this food bowl can move based on what the user wants, right? So it would have to find where that object is and then start traveling to it. But at that point, okay, so I think just an enum would be fine. I think I can use signals, but I don't think I. No, yeah, I will be using this signal. I'm gonna be emitting the next state, and then that's what the cat's gonna be listening to. I mean, I hope I can use signals. Please let me. Yeah, I can do signals in the program. So I'll emit a next need. I don't quite know how this is gonna work yet. I gotta figure it out. So let's actually set that up. How do I do signals? I did it somewhere else. Signal, okay. Signal, and then we emit a value. Okay, so let's go here. I'm gonna create a signal. I don't know. Next need. Okay. Yeah, I know, Wolfric. You're better at that than I am. I like to just go on the seat of my pants. Figure it out as I go. It's terrible. All right. Let's see here. Next need. Emit. Yeah. No, I should do that. I don't want to. I did that for my other project where I was figuring out, it was pretty complicated. It was the overlay project. So I had a whole flow for, and I think Excalidraw is actually better for this than Obsidian. Let's see, where is it? You know, this is kind of like a simple example of how I'd use Obsidian's canvas stuff. So, you know, you have your events, your different things, and that's how I did it on here. But I think Excalidraw is actually better. Oh, there's a plugin. Ooh. Let's see. Excalidraw, Obsidian. Oh shit, you're right. Oh. Okay. This is cool. I mean, the only problem I see with this is this guy's theme. It's not hacker colors. Okay, cool. Okay, I'll definitely have to do this. I think this is something that should go into the Discord. Because it's my Discord and I decide what goes into it. Let's see. Let's see here. No, not that one. This one. Let's put it. I swear to God, Siri. Knock it off. I need a resources channel. Resources. Create channel. Discord plus Excalidraw. There. Yeah. No, you're definitely right. We'll set that up and we'll mental map it out later. Right now, I just kind of want to hack it, see how it'll work. Typically, like the way my workflow goes is I'll hack something together just to get it working, and then I'll really go through and do another iteration of like, okay, I know these pieces work together now. Let's make it right. That sort of thing. Ooh, here's something we can talk about. Let's talk about TDD. Who actually uses TDD? Feel like it's a cult. Yeah. It sounds nice, right? But in practice, it is the most annoying thing. And it's to the point where it's like pushed by people who don't actually develop, right? Largely. Uncle Bob, he still develops and he's made it work, but he's had years of working that way. And, I don't know. Yeah. I don't think it works too well with agencies. Interesting. Just because of the speed with which you have to develop? Is that what you mean, Wolfric? Okay, so the needs implementation doesn't really need to be, isn't something that the node itself needs to be aware of. So I think an enum representing each of these needs is the way to go. Right? Let's look up Godot enums. Yeah. Yep. TDD is. Am I going freaking insane? Am I the only one hearing some the Siri talking to me? I probably am. Maybe it's this song. Is there some like? Oh my god, this is upbeat. I swear. So I use upbeat, this thing, for music. And if I open it after it's been playing for a while, it crashes. It's no good. I don't like that. It's not what I want. Let's do this. I don't know who this is. All right. Well, I was hoping one of us would disagree and say that TDD was the end all be all. But I haven't found anyone like that yet. Alright, enums and Godot. Enum. Wait, we have enums, right? Okay. Here we go. Yeah, I know it's the same thing, but I want an enum. Okay, cool. We'll define define that up here for now. Actually, we'll define it at the bottom of the class. Okay, eat, sleep. How do I name it? Do I name it? Yeah, okay. Const. Let's just call it action. If you want, I think you can do eat is equal to eat. Do I want to do that? No, it doesn't work. Okay. What's wrong with this? Expected initializer expression for constant. Eh. Oh, I can't, these can't be the same thing. What? Oh, no, I can do enum, and then action. Yeah, so we're going to be emitting actions out to the cat node. The cat node will then figure out how to implement those actions. That makes sense to me. All right. Actually though, this is where it makes sense for each need to have its own action. Is it possible? All right, let's create a new script. Maybe this should be a resource. Maybe this is an example of a resource. I'm not really sure. No, it doesn't extend anything. It just has this. All right. But for eat, do we have to preload this? I don't actually know. Is there a concept of statics? Static functions? Like global singletons. Are there singletons? Essentially, all I want to do is, without having to do the load stuff. I mean, I guess I can just have a mapping. Yeah, let's just do a mapping. Can do static func. What would that do for me in this case? Oh, here we go. Static variables. Belong to the class, not instances. This means that static variables share values between multiple instances. What is this, Wolfric? Singleton's auto-load. Godot's scene systems, while powerful and flexible, has a drawback. There is no method for storing information that is needed by more than one scene. Okay. Can use a master scene. All right. The singleton pattern is a useful tool, solving common use cases, where you need to store persistent information between scenes. In our case, it's possible to reuse the same scene or class for multiple singletons, as long as they have different names. Okay. Yeah, I think what we're gonna do is I don't typically like to use global singletons, and I don't really want to have to use, since this is a script, I have to load it into another script. I don't really want to do that, though it's done at compile time, so it should be fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to try it. Let's just go here. Let's go here, actually. We're going to preload. Is there a private? Private. I don't know, just try private. Private var action resource is equal to preload. This is done at compile time. Action GD, right? And then we'll have the var action is a type action. And then we're going to have a bunch of different actions. So here's where we'll have idle. Since idle is not a need, but there is a time where we want to just not do anything, I think that is a legitimate action. So in the need, we'll set this to action.idle. Idle. Oh. Could not resolve res scripts eat GD. Could not resolve superclass inheritance from need, which means that it has a problem here. Okay. What's the problem? Probably this private. Underscore? Alright, we'll try that. What did I do here? I didn't do this right, did I? It doesn't know what action idle is. I think I've noticed game development is not the same as normal development. Yeah, I'm kind of noticing the same thing. There's things I want to do, but it's like very much constrained. So then, okay, I guess I need to have an init function for this. And here, we'll do func underscore init, right? And then we'll do action resource dot new. Why am I having to instantiate this? All I want is an enum that is defined everywhere and I can use everywhere. Let's see. Google, help me. Global enum. Is it auto load, Wolfric? But I have to read words then. A lot of words. Okay. Here they did it by just preload. Oh, I didn't give a name to this action GD, did I? I didn't. At the top of class name. Okay, let's do that. Class name. I know, I'm resistant. I'm resisting. Action. Okay, let's see. Now let's go back to need. Action resource. But see, they don't initialize it. So let's just try to set this action resource dot idle. Let's comment out this init. Go to project settings, auto load, and load the file you want. Okay, I'll try it. Fine, I'll try it. I'll try it. Okay, project settings. Project settings. Auto load. Auto load. Set path or press add to create a script. Scripts, action, open, add. Shit, you're right. It was super easy. All right, thank you, Wolfric. Now does that mean I have access to it anywhere? Okay. Action.idle. Let's see. I'm trusting you, Wolfric. It hides and auto-loads singleton. Okay, that's fine. Invalid get index idle on base nil. Oh, really? Oh, that's gross. Oh, ew. I don't like that. How do I do this without doing that? I just don't name it, right? Let's see. Well, we'll try your auto load. We'll see how that works. I mean, non-existent function emit in base ref count sleep.gd. Okay, I don't know what that's about. Okay. Is there any reason I wouldn't want action to be like that? Looks like not. This is fine. This does what I want. It's simple. I'm not going to mess with it. Okay, cool. Let's move on to... So let's go to our different values and change their... So this would be action is equal to action dot eat. And this one would be action is equal to action dot sleep. So now, save that. We go to our need machine, and we're going to actually need I think the problem for games is I approach it as a software engineer. Yeah, I'm having the same problem. I mean, I don't really love this. I kind of like this better. Let's see if we can get it to work that way. Let's do a script. Let's just call it test, right? Let's go to test, and we're going to say, hey, this name is class name. I don't know, Bob. Okay, Bob is an enum of hello and goodbye. All right, there's our thing. Let's go back to need. And then here, we're going to, what did they do? This is in 2019. This dude's saying that okay, wait a second here. Constants.gd, class name constants, enum player types. Oh, I'm a fan of this. Then use with another class and define a type. Export var type. I'm not understanding this. Export var type constants.playerType is equal to constants.playerType.local. Okay. What does the @export do? All right, Wolfric. I appreciate you. Interesting. Well, Wolfric leaves and the music dies. Nice. It allows other classes to call .type when you make a new player. I see. All right. Modern background. What sounds interesting? Happy, calm. Epic. Oh yeah, that's it. That's the one. Yeah, you've learned a lot, Wolfric. Impressive. Good thing I have you here to tell me how to do this properly. You and your 12-hour streams. Right? That was you, wasn't it? I think that was. How did that go, by the way? I know you want to get off to lunch, but real quick, how did that go? How'd you feel after that? Oh, fine, get out of here. It was good. All right, cool. Enjoy your lunch. All right, so let's try this. We're only doing this because I'm curious. We need a comma. Let's go here, and we're going to. Okay. Ooh, I guess we need to name this something. Go to need machine, and we're gonna do var something is equal to. So we don't even need to. That doesn't make sense to me. So I would do Bob. Oh shit, it works. And it'll build? It builds. Cool. Okay, so there we go. Let's not make this more complicated than it needs to be. Let's go back to our Godot project settings and let's remove this. I don't want that. We're gonna go to action. Let's call this class name. Let's try it this way first. Okay. We could name this constants and do it that way, but I'm curious if I can just keep it simple for now. Yeah, like that. Jesus. What? Why did it take so long to get to this? This is what I wanted the whole time. Okay, cool. Delete that. Get out of here. Alright, we don't need that. Eat and all those should be fine. So let's go to our need machine. We're going to go to need machine, and then we're going to omit the next needs action. Next need. Omit. Next need dot action. How's everyone doing? Welcome. We're doing some Godoing. We're Godoing hard. All right. So we're going to omit the next need action. Now, this threw an error. Let's see if it does it again. Yeah. Invalid call. Non-existent function omit. What? But isn't that what I did before? Our food bowl emits a value. Food bowl state, which is a signal. Food bowl state, it emits a value. Why? Next signal, next need. Oh, yeah, that's a problem. We've shadowed the name, so we don't want that. So we don't actually want this to be next need. This is next action, right? Because we are omitting an action. Next action. There we go. Let's try that. Cool. So we're omitting an action. Let's now listen for that omission. And then we can start the logic for the cat to actually go and do those things. Right? How do we listen for something? I don't remember. So we have our food bowl. Food bowl state emits a value. Who listens for food bowl state? So the reason our food bowl has a state in the first place is because it has an animation. So if I show you here, So, well, actually, no, it's because there's two states for this bool. And I know it's in the wrong spot. So now it's in the empty state. Before it was in the full state. So in the empty state, the cat just ignores it, walks by it. When we click on it, it fills up again, right? So now it's in the full state. It's emitted that value to the cat. So when the cat walks by it again, it'll eat. All right? Like so. Yeah. So that's the reason there's an emission there. Huh. Alright. So if there's any other Godot pros in here, don't just let me struggle. Godot signals. Connecting a signal via code, that's what we want. Get node timer. So what? Custom signals. This is what we want. Health depleted. What am I missing here? We're emitting, but who's listening to it? To emit a signal. Right, but how do I listen to the signal? I might have not used that. Yeah, okay, so I don't actually use that food bowl signal. I should probably remove it. Okay, we'll remove it once we figure out this. So I need to listen to a custom signal. Observe custom signal. Connected to functions. Yeah. This cannot be done either via the connection can be done via the editor interface or via code and is described here. To connect a signal from another node from code, you can use the connect method. Okay, so it has a signal name, receiver, method call. Okay, so we need a reference to the node. We're going to call connect. We're going to, okay. So we have the needs machine. We are going to, I guess in the init, we should have an init here. Let's do it in the ready, actually. So our need machine dot connect our signal string name. What is that? Is it just next action? Yeah, next action. Okay. Connect next action. And then our callable will be the function that we want to call. So we're going to call begin next action. Why not? And then what is this last one? Oh no, this is the receiver. Right, self. And then this is the function. So we can put a function in here. Func begin next action. And then we're going to just for now print next action. And I want to get the variable. Param. Okay, specify the arguments between the parentheses. Okay. So let's go back to the needs machine. Next action, which is actually going to pass in a action. Okay. Next action, there. Argument 2 should be callable. This is specific to the timer, though. This is not super useful. Connect on player hit bind. I think I did this wrong. I think it's like this. Next action, action 1. Which is right. Because 1 is the second value in our enum. 0, 1. No, that's not right. Oh, wait. Okay. No, that makes sense. Because sleep is the way we have our decision time function here is that, so right now, eat and sleep are increasing at the same amount, right? So we by default set the next need to be sleep. And then we do, if the eat instance or the eat need is the value is greater than the sleep need, then it's set to eat. But since they're the same values, this will never be true. So this never happens, and we're always emitting sleep. Okay, that works pretty well. That's doing what I want it to do. Cool. All right. Well, that's exciting. What do we need to do next? So we still need to think about how we're increasing things and like what the actual, sleep and eat should not be increasing at the same amount. That's what we need to do. Another thing we need to do is once we've emitted an action, we also then need to restart the decision timer. Yeah. So let's comment that out. Let's kill that for now. And what we're going to do, so we've made a decision. We know it here. We're going to emit the action. But before we emit the action, we want to set the decision timer. So decision timer dot wait time is equal to our next need dot is doing length, right? And then our decision timer, we will then start. Okay, that's good. No, it's not that way. This restarts the countdown. I mean, this is pretty self-explanatory. I'm not going to put that in there. Another thing we want to do is that our next need, we need to reset its value down to 0. That value is equal to 0. And we need to set its next need dot is doing is equal to true. Something we need to do the previous action, previous need, we need to make sure that is doing is set to false. Okay. How would we do that? How would we do that? So, are we holding any reference to the previous action? We're really not, but we could. Okay. Oh, I need to organize this better, but var current need. And we will set this to null. But it can be... Ooh, do we have null safety in this GD script? I'm going to guess not. Is that such a thing? No. No. That's Kotlin. This isn't Kotlin. All right. So when we call decision timer, we're going to do here, we're going to do the current need is equal to next need. And we'll just keep resetting that. Current need, so okay, let's do this. If current need is not equal to null, then current need dot is doing is equal to false. Something we want to do in the need function here is we're not going to increase this value if is doing is true. That way, we won't be increasing this value. You know, if he's sleeping, the need to sleep will not be increasing. Did this freaking upbeat just crash again? It did. It did crash again. It did. Hey, Freedom Forge. We're doing the need system. Welcome back. Wolfric just went out on lunch. We're doing the need system. We've actually done quite a bit in the amount of time that we've been here, so I can give you an overview. Our cat is needs based. That's how his AI is going to work. He's going to have a bunch of different needs. Right now, we're just doing sleep and eat. This is the base class, okay? So our needs machine has two timers. It has a ticker, which is kind of like every ticker, every time that fires, we're going to be increasing values for the need, for each of the needs. At some point, those values will increase at different speeds. Then we have our decision timer. Decision timer is when we look at all those values and all our needs and then decide which one is the next most important need, right? So we were hooking up everything here. Right now we have two instances, eat and sleep, or two needs rather, eat and sleep. We start, that's boring. Here is the decision time. So once the decision timer fires, we call decision time. And we are looking at, essentially we're comparing the needs. This is ugly code. It needs to be fixed. In fact, I'm going to leave a comment. This is terrible. Make better. And then we're going to, once we've made a decision, we're going to emit. Where did I put that? We're going to emit this right here. It's going to emit an enum out to our node, our cat node, and then the cat node will do something with it eventually. So this allows me to like increase the needs at different rates and then, rather intelligently, fire off different needs. All we're doing right now is print statements. So, let's see. Yeah, I mean, it's not that exciting at this point, but that will eventually allow us to have the cat do different things. Yep. But we're getting to that point where I need to head to real life. We've got about, I'm going to say 10 minutes. So if you want to raid someone, we've got about 7 viewers here. Start investigating who you want to raid, since y'all seem to know the most amount of people. Freedom Forge, are you streaming right now? nobody I know is streaming right now. So that's a task for all of you. So 11:30 CST. Cool. Thanks, Freedom Forge. I'm actually quite pleased with the progress we made this morning. Usually doesn't go this well. Usually I'm blocked by something. And kind of the next step. So I was in the Need Machine here. I just like the name Need Machine. Okay, so we're doing this already. Did I do that? Yes, we're setting that to false. So now, oh, this should actually be changing. Let's see. Let's look at the next actions. It's always firing 1. It should at some point change to 2, which would be the eat. Huh. That's interesting. Another thing we might want to add is we might want, and this would be in the update needs, we might want a like a short circuit if the value is larger than the action threshold, right? I don't know if we actually want to do that. That makes our code a little bit more complicated. 1H. Because we have an action threshold here. I'm not sure if that's actually necessary. Yeah. This next action should really be... Oh, well, you know what? It's probably because... Not really any smaller people doing Godot right now. The Captain Coder. Alright, let's see. Is even DevDad? I know people were talking about DevDad for a while. Is he going? I'll look at Captain Coder next. No. Okay. Captain Coder. What? Wait, I'm spelling that wrong. AIN.
On?
Alright, we can do that. Hey, Wolfric. Hey, I'm about to step out. So, Freedom Forge was finding someone for me to raid. Freedom Forge, you missed the whole thing, dude. Your Godot skills could have helped us. You've got an AI going. Alright, we'll probably raid this guy. I've never watched him before, so Freedom Forge, I'm trusting you that he's quality. Yeah, next time. Alright, let's do this. I gotta remind myself how to do this. He'll sing my name? Oh, I gotta stay around for that. Alright. Okay. Alright, y'all. Just want to say, I appreciate you watching. I appreciate all the help. Wolfric, Emporium, everyone else watching and lurking, I appreciate you. And have a great rest of your day, alright? If it so behooves you, join our Discord, throw me a follow. And, you know, we're going to keep at this. We're building the game. Wolfric and for anyone else listening, Wolfric and, well, I'm blanking on the names here. Where's my chat? And Freedom Forge, they also stream. So you should go watch them. They're at different times. But, yeah. Anyways, have a great rest of your day. I'll see you later.